And we're green. We are away here for the 20-minute race at Laguna Seca. And Richard Dempsey has had a very poor start there, as there's an accident in the background, but it is Matty Gwill leading the way. Lots of drivers falling down the order. I would love to show you as they get through, but I've got to wait till my timing screen connects properly as the back of the field filter in to turn number 1. This is crazy. 2 black flags, then Bobby McGee and Neil Trotter with some black flags at the back of the field, but they are still trying to find their way through. I would love to show you some more, but there are so many cars that my timing screen is absolutely freaking out right now. Richard Dempsey is down to 3rd position already at the start of this race. Not a good start at all as they fly around on this opening lap. And it looks like Right Click has gone off the track. He's falling down the order on the right-hand side in the background there. There he is in the 171 machine. As around goes Matty Gwill on the opening lap from the lead of the race. Matty Gwill is off as we just jump towards him, and that means Aulatufu now leads ahead of Richard Dempsey. Here comes Slugger to the left-hand side of Dempsey. Can't do anything at the moment. Some changes in the background as cars continue to go off. That is Matty Gwill continuing to fall down the order. What an opening lap for milk drinker Matt Malone. He has moved up into P11 from 18th position. That's Matty Gwill in 23rd position. That's where he's fallen to, and that's where he's going to have to try and come up into turn number 2. And Malone easily with the overlap there. It looks like Jux TV just backing out, trying possibly to go to the switchback. Could not do it. Oh, as the Tufu goes off, it looks like again, but he's running on the gravel. He's going to have to try and find a safe way through. Everyone giving him just enough space. Checkers moves through. And Aulatufu returns onto the track in P4. Some battling going on, a lot of gravel, and that is Mintu, the white husky, pushing Bob's Jelly off the circuit. Mecharm gets on the left-hand side. Bob's Jelly gets back onto track. Bob's Jelly is through up into 14th. Mintu, the white husky, and Scrubbertron side by side. Scrubbertron was the driver who got forced off, I believe. Am I right? No, it was Bob's Jelly who got forced off. It looks like he wobbles. My timing screen really playing havoc on me. That's a Krispy Kreme driver. It's another lovely food out on the track as Bob Jelly holds on to 15th position after that bit of contact. And here goes Nick Bowen on the outside. Is he going to be able to make the move here on Tony Jabroni? He goes a little bit deep, has to slow down just enough, and Tony Jabroni goes through. And somehow Matt Malone has already closed in to this train ahead of him, which leads him all the way up to P2, because Checkers is only half a second off of Slugger. He can see that train ahead of him. The rear view on Slugger's car must be so scary right about now, because in that mirror you've just got a huge amount of cars as this looks like it's side by side ahead of Matt Malone, Tony Jabroni and Nick Bowen. There's contact, but it is going to be Jabroni around the outside, and Malone is going to try and make it 3 wide. No, it settles into 2 wide. Malone settles down into 7th. Nick Bowen down to 8th. Tony Jabroni in 6th. Still, it remains, but Checkers now right on the rear end of Slugger for P2. We're about we're coming up to halfway through this race. 12 minutes on the clock. Who was that running slightly off the circuit there? That was Tony Jabroni going slightly wide as again just some gravel being kicked up. It's almost a racing line for some of these drivers. They've got the incident points. It's a league event. Use the incident points. This is what Matt Malone always says. Onto the brakes. Slugger holds it. Checkers definitely having to go a little bit defensive there on Aulatufu. As we ride on board, you can see that fight ahead of him. Is he going to get involved? It looks like Slugger just trying to pick his lines perfectly. Checkers still trying to look for a way through here. A little bit of gravel being kicked up once more into turn number 11. Heavy on the brakes. That was definitely some tire smoke just ahead in Slugger's machine. I don't think it was gravel, but look at this. Owlet 2 moves to the right-hand side of Checkers. This could be a move for P number 3, and Checkers could fall back down after trying to get past Slugger. Slugger's safe after his off-track last lap. As Rocks Live in P18 has received a black flag. That is a shame for him. Owlet 2 slots in behind Checkers once more. Bob's Jelly is on the rear end here of a couple of cars in front of him. He's going to want to do something to get into the top 20. Oh, a big slide there. We saw a slide from Bob's Jelly earlier. And he's done the same thing at turn number 1. And instead of going up the order, he has fallen down the order. Huge amount of curb being taken there from Checkers as he has been overtaken by Owlet 2 whilst we've watched that battle going on. No, Checkers! Was that contact? Was that a mistake? What has happened there? He's just gone a bit too hard on the brakes. That is a real shame. He is recovering. He's in 6th position. He's got Tony Jabroni around the outside. He is going to try and hold on to 5th position up the inside. He does. It puts Jabroni under pressure here behind by Nick Bowen. Nick Bowen moves up the inside. That's Matt Malone behind in 8th position. Malone looks like he's going to try and get the inside of Nick Bowen now, and he does make that move for 7th position. And he holds on, so Matt Malone back into 7th position. Matt Malone won't allow Tony Jabroni to catch up, or is he helping him, trying to push as they go into the corkscrew, bumping his rear bumper there. Is he going to try and look for the move past 6th position and try to catch up and attack Checkers as we go up towards turn number 10? Look towards the inside, possibly slightly different racing lines. It looks like Malone's got the speed because that is slightly wide there ahead of him from Tony Jabroni. Around the outside goes Matt Malone. He's tried to do the switchback, but a great line from Tony Jabroni. Matt Malone slowing down. No, he's going around the outside. Sorry, there he's going around the outside as he's got a nice run on the exit of turn number 2 there. Through 3, he's had to settle back in again. Look at this, 3 cars. Nose to tail right now. Matt Malone is wanting to find a way through, surely, because he's still under pressure from Nick Bowen behind. Bowen all over the gravel, loses a little bit, but just a minuscule amount of time, gets back onto it, sorry, and Tony Jabroni just running slightly wide, but again a minuscule amount of time. Matt Malone touching the gravel there. Everyone just teasing the gravel ever so slightly as Showtime once again toe into the pits. His day goes from bad to worst to the absolutely unforgettable as Malone tries to the inside of the corkscrew. Off track goes Jabroni, and Matt Malone goes through as well. I think that is going to be a slowdown for Jabroni, surely going there, because Nick Bowen also makes his way through, but Jabroni's not giving the position up there side by side. And off track goes Nick Bowen. So Tony Jabroni holds it in 7th position. Nick Bowen down in P number 8. Owlet 2 moves to the right-hand side. Swaps back to the left and ducks up the inside. There's contact. There's Slugger's wobbling and he's spun. There's more contact. Head through. Goes totally racing into P2. Owlet 2 and Slugger coming together in turn 2 has promoted Totally Racing into 2nd, but he's just gone wide. Is that going to give Owlet 2 an opportunity here? I think there's still an opportunity for him to catch up to Slugger and possibly the 3rd and 2nd position. Richard Dempsey untouchable, absolutely untouchable in this race. Brake lights on Matt Malone's car though. Obviously had a faster exit through the corkscrew, having to back off with Checkers in front of him. 2 different racing lines here. Off goes Checkers once more. Is Matt Malone going to try a switch back again here? He brakes a lot earlier than he did last time. He goes for the run on the exit. He's going to have to go to the outside because Checkers defends the inside line. Is Matt Malone going to have enough overlap before turn 2 even appears though? It looks like he might, but this is still a good opportunity. No, he goes defensive because because Checkers has dropped behind. But this is the battle for second position. Totally Racing, slightly wide off the circuit. Aula Tufu behind. He looks towards the inside. Can he make that move? No. He takes a lot of the curb. He's going to follow behind. Surely he's going to try and pressure Totally Racing into some sort of mistake here. He moves to the outside. Doesn't activate spotter. Totally Racing pulls across. Doesn't make any mistake through the corkscrew. Both running extremely smoothly. But Latufu straight away dives to the inside of Totally Racing. They're side by side. They're going to stay side by side as they come up towards turn number 10. Totally Racing holds the position, but he slides. There's a bit of a wobble. There's contact with Latufu. Latufu now on the inside into the final turn. And he is going to hold on to P number 2. Totally Racing behind now as Checkers has also made his way back past Matt Malone. I think there's been some sort of issue there. Here he goes, moves to the right-hand side of Slugger. And contact! Contact from behind Checkers! Hitting Matt Malone. Checkers here has made his way up to P4 because Totally Racing is down to P5. What has happened here for Totally Racing on this last lap of the race? We're going to go back live to the fight in just one moment as Checkers and Sluggers fight it out. A big slide for Totally Racing. Here we go. Checkers is up into third. This is now a 4-car fight for P3. Starting from 18th on the grid, Matt Malone probably was not expecting to be in this position. It is the last lap of the race. Checkers leading Sluggers, leading Matt Malone, leading Totally Racing. Up towards the final corners here. Is Matt Malone going to give some sort of revenge? No, he goes off the circuit himself. He could be under pressure from Totally Racing as we head into the final 2 corners as Richard Dempsey wins the race. Aula Tufu is going to get P2. Who is going to get P3? It looks like Checkers has got it, but Slugger's got a great run out of the final turn. But Checkers takes P3 in this race. Slugger in P4. Matt Malone in P5. Totally Racing in 6th position.